We make a range of recommendations in the report aimed at national government. The first thing is to ensure that the central funding pot that flows from national government to local authorities to enable them to fund DFGs is continued past the current endpoint of the current system, which is 2021. We need to guarantee that that funding will continue to be provided to local authorities. We would also like national government to look at the funding distribution formula, make sure that it still takes into account things like levels of disability and deprivation in different areas, variations in terms of the cost of building, cost of works, etc. across the country. And we would also, when it comes to funding, ask national government to consider some ongoing revenue funding to be provided to local authorities, which would allow them to do things like bring in more staff to improve the information and support that is available to people to help them get through that process. So we look at funding. We also look at the timelines and what the national governments can do to hold local authorities to account, make sure that they are delivering DFG processes in line with national target timescales. And as well as a range of other recommendations, one recommendation we put forward is looking at the supply of new builds, so that new accessible housing being made available. And we suggest that national government puts in place a target that 10% of all new builds and new developments should be built to wheelchair accessible standard, to ensure that we have a continued supply of new accessible housing available to people so that they have the option to move, etc. So we're making a range of recommendations. We also look at what government can do to strengthen information and support around DFGs as well. But it's clear that national government has a very important role to play in supporting local authorities to deliver the system effectively, holding them to account for doing so, and making sure that the funding and support is in place so that they're able to do that.